All right, welcome back to Just Enough Garage. Today I'm hopeful. The sun's shining. We're gonna make this 350 sing. So go ahead and start it. And I'm just not gonna use this timing light. We're just gonna do it like a real man. We're gonna just freeboard it. Gonna do it. We're just gonna do it.
Freeball it?
Yep, go ahead. Start it. Come on in here. Let me show you what I've been doing. The heads are back on. New gaskets. I use the copper spray. Double roller chain. Lifters are in. This is all torqued. 65 foot-pounds. I just finished. Mary just came out. I caught up a little bit. I also have got the oil gauge connected. And a couple weeks ago I was bragging about the Chinesium copper and brass. Yay, I paid 11 bucks for this kit to convert it from plastic. What a piece of garbage kit. You can barely tighten that. It wanted to strip out. I ended up using the old nut. Guarantee you there's going to be a leak there. The other end on the gauge actually went together pretty nice, so you never know. So let's talk about it. Come over here, take a look at my junk table. So
Which one?
This is what I waited 10 days for from China. I know you guys know the market. I know the market. This stuff is $50 today. Who knows what it'll be in a few weeks.
It was in Pennsylvania for a week according to the shipping.
So I was waiting for valve seals. These are the little round ones. I don't like these style. They just go around. I like the boot style. So I didn't even open this. This is all oil pan valley. Here's some water neck stuff. I'm gonna need that for water pump. Here's some more valve cover gaskets. They're rubber. That actually looks pretty good. And then I got some intake manifold gaskets. I got some exhaust manifold gaskets. And I got my timing cover gasket. And this is the timing cover seal. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. We'll throw the cover on. I'll put the balancer on. And then we'll start throwing push rods in it. And I'll show you how to lash those. Then I'll probably cut the tape, throw the rest together, be a hero, and start it up. And man, we're going for a drive. If that thing's knocking and rocking, and it's clanging and banging, we're going for a drive.
We're dragging it home.
I will blow that engine up to go for a drive. That's how committed I am to this. And I'm not even kidding. That thing is going to go to the moon if it doesn't go together. And I am done with it. I know that sounds like a jerk, but sometimes you got to teach it a lesson. And I'm teaching it a lesson because it has taught me patience was what it was trying to teach me.
But you see, this is going on 5 months of this, so...
We started with junk, and what did we end up with, Mary?
Junk. Everything I own is junk.
Anyways, let's get rolling.
Darian couldn't find it, found it, and then he looked at it, and what did you say? What was your face?
Oh, no.
He went, ugh.
So we'll get all this out of here. I'm on the fence. Obviously, I have a new seal. This one's hard as a bone. This one here, oh, look at my gloves failed. Surprise! If I take that out, am I going to be able to get the new one in? Or did I just... should have not messed with it. No, I messed with it now. Anyways, you can knock these out with a hammer. It don't really matter how you get them out. But let's get this all cleaned up because... I mean, this is our good engine, Mary. Actually, now might be a good time to mention. Today's Friday. Tomorrow, I have an appointment.
It's Saturday.
Yes, but tomorrow I have an appointment in the morning to go look at small block Chevys. A subscriber, my friend Eric, you guys have seen him on the van. You can put a link to that one, Mary, where he got a van.
Yeah.
And he also helped me on the Suburban carburetor. He calls me up the other night after the movie hits on Wednesday. Every Wednesday we hit a video. Every Wednesday we put out a video. So if you're thinking, man, those guys are goons.
Every Wednesday we are.
Or you think, man, those guys really got it together. I wonder how it ended. Come check it out Wednesday mornings. Anyways, he called me Wednesday night. I just finished mowing the grass outside and was getting ready to go to bed. He calls me, he says, you know, I know a guy who's got a bunch of small block Chevys and he's thinking of selling some of them. You should come look at them. I said, you're right. So now we've made a plan. We're going to go look at them. Are they better than what I have? I don't know. We'll go see. I may or may not bring you along. If I purchase something, I'll obviously show you that. But people are funny about, here's a camera, I'm going to show the world your private stash. I don't know. People just get funny about it. So, all right, let me clean this up. I'll show you the new seals going in, and then we're going to struggle with trying to get it back on the cover. And then we'll throw the push rods in, and then it's water pump, power steering pump, down the road. Boom. What happened to Rolly?
He just been sitting watching you.
Oh, he wants to goof around.
Oh, yeah, he wants to go to the park. The park? He doesn't even get out of the park lately.
So, new seal. It fits in there like that.
Oh, show them it clean. They haven't seen it.
Oh,
Clean.
I did pretty good.
Cleaner.
So what I do is on these, I just put the screwdriver in from here and tap them out. Span it that like that. You missed it. You missed nothing. Now to put them back in, what you don't want to have happen is you whale this in and collapse that. So ideally, we should set that on a piece of 4x4, piece of wood, something like that. Let me
find something.
Yeah, stand by. This is about as backyard butch as it gets. Definitely worthy of this engine. This crap here needs to go into the dump.
Oh, it's attached to a platform.
Leftover school play stuff. But yeah, something like that would have been ideal, Mary.
Well, okay. All right. All right, we dug it out.
Anyways, you walk it in here like this. Well, straight, obviously. I mean, you'll do better on your own.
This is a how not to.
It's like that. It's not really set up on that corner very well.
Yeah, it ain't designed for this.
Oh, beautiful.
It's even the right working height.
You can look inside. I didn't screw it up. So now, this seal, Mary dug out of the thing. It should just sit in there like so. Even. It comes with some silicone. Let me get the other piece. This is the way it works. So now, like I say, it came with some silicone. Gray. I'm not a fan of this. I have some black. It's oil resistant. I'll use that. But what we'll end up doing is we got to whale this sucker into place. Okay? So obviously, what you got to do first is you load this with grease, because when it starts, if that thing is rubbing on there, it will fry it before the oil pressure comes up. So in this case, we need to clean that because I see some stuff on there. And then we got to force that in and snap it into place. But before you do that, you put some silicone on here, and that will stick on, and you can see the aligning pins.
Yes, we can.
And then
silicone feels like an ice cream that you'd get at an ice cream truck. You know,
silicone?
it's a silly cone. You know, like a cone of ice cream. That's what I.
Yeah. Bring in the clowns. Dun, 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 dun. This is a clown car anyways. I mean, we should just be having the big rainbow wig and the red nose when we're driving it around. It looks like an ice cream truck.
That's what I said the first time I seen it.
I mean, it's hard to run a YouTube channel when you're doing these projects. You know, look at all the successful YouTubers. What do they got? Planes, and monster trucks, and Ferraris, and what do we got? We got a squee-jawed tooth wheelies that has just been challenging our abilities. For all your bottom-feeding YouTube channels, that's us. We'll get at it. We'll get this thing going here in a few minutes. I mean, we're on the home stretch. I mean, what possibly could go wrong?
Oh, okay. That's not wood.
Wait.
That's wood. Get this heater.
Knock on wood. Fingers crossed. We're done. Let me get the silicone. So for all the people who think
this ice cream treat,
I have this gray from something, I have this right stuff. Everybody says it's the best. I don't really like it. It didn't do well for me. I have this gold copper for exhaust. It's junk. I got a little bit of this black, and then I got this. This is just O'Reilly's high temperature gasket maker black. I like it because it says it's oil resistant, and the whole freaking engine has oil on it, so that's why I always go with this. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to use the rest of this one if it's any good. Okay, well, we're not going to be using that one today. This one feels like it might have some life in it.
Yeah, but where does it dry? Oh, at the oxygen.
Well, you just poke a hole in it with a nail, and then it gets a new hole, and when you're done, it goes to the same place.
This
everything.
one, he lost the calf for when we were working on the Suburban like 3 times.
All right, why do you point out my flaws? They know I have flaws. They say, hey, he's a man. He has flaws.
I was transitioning to the Suburban so you could tell him about it.
I don't like that Suburban.
Yeah, tell him about it.
I've actually never driven it. I need to, I mean, winter came, and I need to get it out. Yeah, so what you do when you get to that point is you need to take a drill bit or something.
Is you get a point and you stab it.
Well, let me go get a drill bit. Hold on.
Tell him what he need. He found what he need.
Power tools.
Oh, right into his hand.
I hope not. Why are you jinxing me?
Now what do you do with that tip?
Oh,
Throw
baby.
it straight in the garbage?
This? I'm going to show you how to clean it. Good as it ever was.
Ah, this hammer was made in the UK.
UK?
Yeah, UK.
You okay?
Yeah, it's not. It says made in the USA on the handle.
That's a good hammer. All right, here we go. So we start by making a mess. I cleaned that the other day. Oh, let me clean that crank. Where did I put my towels, Mary?
It's fallen off that table twice now.
Say the first thing you want to do is go get yourself a brand new set of paper towels, because I don't know, you guys use rags or whatever, but I like the ability just to throw them away. I like the shop ones, the blue ones, but for the price for what I do to them, these work just fine. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. High-end stuff here, Mary. Double roller. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with auto parts if the tariff thing makes stuff more expensive or whatever. I mean, I'm encouraged about the idea of getting stuff made back in the United States if it works out that way, but I don't know. You guys put in the comments what you think. A lot of you guys are older than me. I'm 52?
Soon.
Yeah, in another month and a half. But the point is I don't have enough experience sometimes to, like, I have opinions. I feel like a millennial kid or a kindergarten kid or something who doesn't really quite get the world he lives in sometimes. I understand it, but I'm not an expert. So.
Yeah, it's the April 11th? Yeah, April 11th. Friday, April 11th. So it's been a couple days with that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been watching my 401k too. It went from here to there and back somewhere. Oh, look at that. See? That's what I'm talking about. I didn't clean it good enough. Can't see anymore. You know, I'm hoping that I'm like everybody.
What are those?
What is what?
You can't see them?
No, I'm old.
I'm talking about your glasses.
I can't see anymore. You're old. I couldn't see that.
I couldn't see it either, but I wasn't looking.
Well, we'll just put some more of this stuff over it and not worry about it. I thought I scraped all that.
You live in your
Hey, look, the engine's got 10 miles left in it anyway, so let's...
You got over 10 miles of parts into it.
This has been the most expensive failure so far, but when it becomes a winner, then I'll be like, yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Let's be specific. Of cars.
Oh, okay, so far. Anyways, you put that thing on that little button right there. You want to put it on that side, Mary?
Let's see if I can do it. Which one? That one? Okay.
And then if you got it right...
I don't. Well, okay. Well, you're all off, dude. Stop touching my
I shouldn't be off if you put it in the right hole.
I did. I matched your hole.
There you go.
But you had it all shoved off the hole.
We'll put it in the right spot.
Stop one hand at a time.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we got to do it quick. Okay, so now what we do... Here's my assembly lube.
What do you have?
You get in here. I got this. People might remember this from such great episodes as, let's repack the wheel bearings and put new brakes on a car that has a bad engine. That would be this wheelies. All right, so I like
what
to do.
isn't this Willie's?
I like to do this.
Success.
I jam that in there, and because then when it rides on it and it starts up, it's not going to fry this seal. And ask me how I know. Go ahead and say, Darian, tell me about your 1977 Honda Civic that you put a new seals in and you didn't know this trick and you had major oil leaks after you ran it and you had to pull the engine a second time and put new seals in it. Go ahead and ask me about that. And then when you ask the mechanic, hey, why did it do that? He goes, well, you're supposed to grease the seal and then it won't do that. And I'm like, dang.
Didn't say it on the instructions?
No, I'm 17 years old. I was working in this old barn my parents had, and there was a barbecue in there, and I was using it for heat.
No wonder you couldn't pay attention. You're carbon monoxide poisoning yourself.
There was plenty of air, but, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little...
A dab will do you?
I'm going to put more dabs than do. There's some more of that chippy stuff. And I know people put this on here like this, and you're not supposed to.
Oh no.
But it needs every help it can get.
So when you have to take it apart again,
no.
You gotta fight yourself?
I'm going to take it apart with dynamite.
It's going to the moon.
No, it's a good engine. I just, you know, it wasn't as ready as I was to be finished. Okay, this is it. Now, this is where we fail
This
miserably.
is the money shot? Okay.
Well, yeah, because we're going to try to do this. I think I need to go get that rubber hammer. Try not to let that fall while I'm going.
Okay, we'll watch it. I didn't see the dead blow hammer where he's looking. So if he finds it, yeehaw.
Okay, did it fall off?
Not yet.
I like this because you can't get any swing in there. It's nice. We could try the straight approach.
No wedges.
No. Nope. It's gonna be a jerk. So now you gotta be a jerk to be keeping up with it. Usually the oil pan is off. And I don't have the oil pan off.
True.
It kind of wants to go in. At least we can destroy the gasket trying.
Oh, both of them.
Alright, let me put a bolt in that. And we'll walk it around. Where'd the bolts go?
I don't know where you put them in the circle.
Grab one. Over there. This way we can strip it out.
Oh, yeah.
Of course you gotta get it. I know. There was a comment that said, pull the engine. And I'm like, no. I can do this in.
I can save it.
It'll be easier for me to
I can fix him.
rebuild it in the car.
All right. Mary needed to help. He had to get creative.
Yeah, it's 2 men and a boy and a dog and a chicken to help get it on. Where's that screwdriver, Mary? I need that screwdriver. Pick that screwdriver up.
See that the gasket's a little goofy, so we got to adjust one by one. So there's that. Oh,
Okay.
they're all coming into focus.
Are those working out?
Yeah, you're getting close.
Bolts.
They're on the other sides. We got the bottom in. We
What
think.
I love about this neighborhood is everybody's mowing their lawn every day in this neighborhood. We should just make it you're mowing it on Tuesday or see, I mow mine during the week. You know, after work.
So we can do this.
These guys are like, no.
I'm gonna spend my weekend doing
Let's
it.
wait till the neighbor starts filming for his tiny little YouTube channel, and then
that they don't know about.
That they don't know about. And then let's do the same with the train. The train's gonna come through town. Yeah, wait till the camera's going. Somebody made a comment the other day about the seagulls, and I'm like, I hadn't even noticed. They were just...
Yeah, or the crows watching. I think your friend Eric did.
Yeah.
About the birds watching.
The birds and the bees.
Yeah, it's just background that you ignore.
Should I paint this, Mary?
Too late, don't care.
No, it's a painted on job.
Oh.
It's
Are you gonna cover your cam?
No, not mine. No. Okay.
Yeah, they look
So
good.
I'm using this Torx. It's about the right size. It's about the only thing you can do with those anymore anyway.
He asked me to go find one of his alls. Well, they're not all in the drawer. None of them are.
Well, I don't know where you put them.
Me?
I'm missing a bolt. Why?
I'm not a leather worker. I don't need them.
Found it. I'm really good about not losing the stuff if it's not more than a few days. Again, that's why you have parts motors. Okay, we'll throw this together. We'll zippity-doo-dah on, and then we'll show you the putting the
The what?
The pistons in, no, push rods in, and go from there.
He's hole polishing.
Somebody put silicone in there, Mary.
Was it you?
No.
Well, sometimes I gotta ask. You're an idiot.
I know better than that. I wonder why they did it. I've never heard of that.
Is this something you're gonna grease also?
Oh yeah. All right, so I cleaned this really good, and I put the marks on here.
And on his hand.
Oh, kick ass. So 0, 90, 180, 270. Why? I'll explain later.
Because the circle's 360 degrees.
Because when I go, because this is going to turn twice to this turning once. So I'm going to start at 0 with this. I'll adjust these. Then we'll follow the firing order. I'll bring that up to 0 on the next mark, the 90-degree mark. Should be 8, 1, 8, 4, 7, 6, 5, 7, 2, or something like that.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
I got your number off the wall. I need a 5/8 round.
Call me for a good time train.
Yeah. Who tightened that and why?
Remember how I said you need to double wrench it?
Well, I got the engine to turn. That's good.
Not the bolt. Well, yes, the bolt, but not the bolt.
All right, I'm going to teach you guys a secret of life.
Secret.
Where's my ramming hammer?
I don't know.
Ram jam.
Ooh.
Okay. So if you don't want the engine to turn too much,
You hammer
you give
on
it up one of those.
Oh, hey, look. I found it.
Yeah, that's a different hammer.
You said round. It's got round. It's peening.
All right, you're in the way, and your camera is too.
We're using his phone to film right now, so it's his camera.
Yeah. All right. You get that sucker out of there.
We did eventually get the gasket most of the way in.
Yeah, there was a half hour of our life we're not getting back.
Mm-hmm. Whoop.
Okay. There should be some lube on there already.
The original high temp disc brake.
But because we're going to be pulling the engine apart after 10 more miles, we might as well have it ready to come back a piece.
Come back a piece.
Oh, good. The other neighbor started his lawnmower. Oh, that fuel pump is in the way, Mary.
It's subliminal.
All right, here we go. Okay. Now, can I just wham it on there?
Oh, yeah. You're already past 0 though, so you're just gonna have to go around and around and around and around and around and around. Let's see what marks we were talking about. They were harder to see a couple weeks ago with the timing light, but now with everything out, there you go. You want it to be
We'll use the
right
power
on zero.
of thread.
This line, right on 0.
We'll use the power of thread. No, we won't. Too short. Okay. So where's that 2x4 I was bragging about? Here it is.
Your soft 2x4. It wasn't working for our gasket. It was just smashing in the wood. But this is a bigger area.
Now you know why I cut this tooth out.
It did move in.
Of course it moved in.
You're nailing it with a hammer. Yeah, well, it didn't work for the gasket.
No. Oh, look at that. Now we can pull the thread out by trying it with the bolt. Now the secret to it, Mary.
Is to use kill?
No, you don't want to use an impact gun. That would be an option, but that could pull the thread out. And then
Yeah, to use kill. It'll kill the threads.
what you want to do is we'll probably put a little tension on it.
Oh, it's to shave them off. Brush past.
Well, actually, it's going pretty good now. See, I can't destroy it with just hand power.
You'd have to work hard.
It'll bottom out in there, and that's what holds the timing gear on. So this is kind of boring. You might want to fast forward this part.
Slow down. One more. One more. Stop. You're just a tiny bit after. Perfect. Stop there.
Okay.
You're half a cent early now.
I could make that up with this.
Yep.
Going this way is easy.
Yeah. Well. Oh, too far.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Too far.
all right. All right. This is the moment of the video you've been patient with. You watch. Okay, let me get set up. And let me show you how I'm going to do this. I should be able to go through it with only turning the engine over twice, if I do it right.
Ooh, I got a poke.
All right, so if you look here on my push rod system, these are offset cylinders. This is the front. I put it in front of the Jeep, so when I'm transporting these, I can go. These don't need to be, you can use these in whatever. I like to put them back in the same spot. We're gonna use the paper towels, wipe them off. The other day, Mary looked through them all, and they're clean as a whistle. These are the ones out of that 307. Now, I wrote this map, okay? Now, if I put the map right here,
On the map, on the map, on the map.
this is the way the cylinders lay out. 1357, 1357, 2468, 2468. That's the firing order. 1 8 4 3 6 5 7 2. The distributor rotates this way. The engine rotates this way. Now, this is going to become clear. Again, do it what you want. I'm telling you how I do it. And I know there's a zillion ways to do it. The end point is what we're going to do is 0 lash plus 3/4 of a turn.
What's a lash?
0 is lash. 0 is like, it'll be absolutely touching perfect. And then we're going to give it a little bit more. So let's show the first one. Okay, now what am I looking for? I'm on 0. Both lifters are down in their hole as far as they're going to go. I take this first push rod. I'm going to clean all the boogers off of him. You can see which way is up and down because the way it passes through here. I drop him in. I like doing this without
Grease?
We need a flat surface to
roll them on.
A broken windshield. Yeah, that's flat. Okay. Now what you want to do is, the reason I do this without the intake manifold on is I make sure it goes in, because sometimes if they get there or there.
Then you got a bent push rod.
Now he goes in, he sets in. This, I use this 5/8 socket because it really works good, I think. Okay, so I've got it lifted. You can see right there. It's going to draw down.
We can't really, but they'll see better. What he's doing is he's tightening down the bolt,
Okay,
so
so
it's putting pressure on the spring.
You see right there, it's still not down all the way.
There we go. Now they people can see better.
All right, it just touched. This should still spin. So now if I put it right there on my wrench, that's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. I should be done, and it should still spin. It does. It's on. It's good to go. Next one. Okay, so I silicone that. Water jackets I always put a little bit under and over. China walls, they say not to use those. I try to like keep it so that it doesn't slide in. I've let this set for a few minutes. I put the oil filter on. I got the plug in. I'm going to pour the oil down the valley here, just so that those lifters and cam get some. Then we're going to plop the intake manifold on. It's different than the one I had before. I think it'll work just fine for our application. It's an orange one. I believe it was off a 327 or a 283. There was some discussion. I'm using this Castrol GTX. It is diesel oil, but it's 1540. This engine's not going to matter. By doing it this way, you see it, well, you don't see, but it's flooding that whole thing. If I pour it near the front, it's going to run down into the oil on the timing chain this way too. Now I know it'll probably run to the bottom before we'll ever get the engine started, but at least it had a chance, you know. Actually, let me move that in before it all disappears. You see what it's doing is it's going right. It's just soaking those lifters, giving us all the opportunities we can get when you patch together a patch. Isn't as clean as I thought, Mary. At least it's still heavy. Everything's in the way, including you, camera. All right, you can listen to the lawnmower while I put my belly over this. It was a bugger putting the heads on too. Sorry you missed it.
He's a fairy.
Okay, let's throw some bolts in it. Okay, next morning, I've assembled it. I have not tried to start it yet. I purposely left the valve covers off so I can make sure that we're getting oil to every single push rod lifters working. There is no coolant in it. I don't know how close the timing is other than I've set the distributor on 0. So let's go ahead and crank on it. I have the wire disconnected. It will not start. When I get ready, these valve covers, you guys recall what came on the Jeep originally. I've cleaned all that up. I didn't do it perfect. I wanted it to make sure it matched the patina. Let's crank on it, see if we can build oil pressure. Even added some gas. Oop. Stuff in the way. New filter installed, new oil, old flasher bulb, junk, list, rods. Oh man, a lot of stuff. Exhaust gasket, oil pressure. This guy right here. I've connected it. I've hooked up this temperature one, this fuel gauge. Someday maybe I'll get it to work, and the amp meter maybe. Let's see if we get any movement at all on here. Oh, stand by. Got to connect the battery. Otherwise, guess what'll happen? Nothing. I was charging the battery, but didn't connect. So stand by. I was running that just at 40 amp just to keep the battery up to snuff. I don't think this alternator's charging. We'll test it. You know, it's not the end of the world if it's not. Well, turn signal's working. Okay, here we go. Let's crank. Oh, let's move that rod. Let's crank and see if we get any oil pressure. That one's hooked up. Not seeing any. Well, that's all right. I'll run it without oil pressure. Let's throw power to it. I'm sure the fuel's pumped up. Yeah, it's a new line. New oil change. It might take a minute to get primed up. Alright. Let's hook this dog up. Keep the wires out of there. Here, you guys can stand here. That way if the camera gets sprayed with oil, let me know. Well, what do you think? Timing's off? We ain't got it to run, but the oil pressure came up to 20 pounds under cranking there. That's good. See if I can catch it. So that should be advancing it. When it hits hard, we know we're there, huh? Getting closer. Yeah, it's showing 20 or 25 pounds on the gauge for oil pressure. Man, it runs as good as it ever did. Not seeing oil coming up here yet. Let's give it a little more of this and see what happens. You guys can be on this side this time. Runs like crap. Absolutely runs like crap. Alright, we'll do that one more time. Yeah, they're not overly tight. Still ain't seeing no oil. Oil pump's pumping. Gauge is working. It's got 40 pounds when it's revved up. Need to go find me a helper who can turn the key. I think this motor's not long for the world. Maybe starting to see some oil in the back ones. Stand by. Alright, Mariana came out to get me a hand. Mariana, turns out she's my third daughter. Somebody made a comment about, we're not married. I'm her dad.
No,
Alright,
no.
pay attention, people. People, pay attention. I got kids. It's the kids and I who do YouTube. I do have a wife, but she's not interested in YouTube stuff. So, Mariana's out here to help me. She's going to film. I don't think we're getting oil. We are getting oil pressure. Well, maybe we're getting oil.
Looked like it was starting to come up on this first spring.
But it's not the let me find it. Let me show you what else is going on. Hold on. I haven't ran. These are just observations. Where's my pin, Mary? Like sharp. Here it is.
Your Sharpie or your shiny?
Yeah, let's try this. There's things are supposed to be rotating, right? The push rods. So let's try to put a mark on there.
Yeah. You see, it's nice and sunny out today.
So let's put a mark. I don't have any coolant in it. I don't want to run it very long, but I mean, if it's no good, it's no good.
1 and 2, first and last.
We're supposed to meet a guy this evening, look at some small block Chevys. I don't know, you know, maybe that'll work out, maybe it won't. This one had got problems, I think. Well, wait, I think it does. Oh, wait, we know it does. So the bottom end might be good. But for some reason, I don't know. Maybe I should put the coolant in it, but then I can just take it right back out. Let's run it for about 40 seconds and see if we can see those rotating with the marks I put on there. And then see if we're getting oil up top. If we're getting oil up top, I'll drive it. I made a big joke yesterday about sending it to the moon. It's, come on, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I should.
Does it have enough oil in it?
It's got, yeah, it's all brand new oil.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it runs good.
Some are turning, some aren't.
That one's pumping oil. That one's pumping oil. That one's turning, look.
No, they're turning. Number 2 is turning or pumping. I'm zoomed in. Whoops.
Oh yeah, look at that one.
Yeah.
Coming alive now.
See if I can get it.
Starting to spit. I say we put valve covers on it and some coolant in. Time it, tune it.
Well, good news. The oil's come out now.
Yeah, I think it's got a dead cylinder though. You hear that sucking sound?
I got out of the way in time.
sound. I think it's still got dead cylinders on it.
Waterproofed battery.
Yeah. So now we're getting oil, and it went up to 50 pounds when I revved it. So let me tell the people about these. I'm gonna put these on real quick. And then we'll put coolant in it after it cools off. We'll just let it set here. I'm heat soaking it. Heat soaking it, Mary. Yeah. We're still gonna go look at those small block Chevys. Did you hear it? See the vibration when it runs like that? It's not smooth. Why is it doing that? I've double checked my firing order. So we got a dead cylinder in there somewhere. And like I say, it could be that cam was no good. Maybe that's why they quit driving it. They had a bad cam in that motor, and then I come along and 2 in a row. 2 bad cams. Let's go. So get back with you in a few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on. Okay. Earlier I said I was gonna send it to the moon out of frustration. I'm not gonna do that. It actually has good oil pressure. It actually is running cool. The problem is this right here. I believe this is my problem. It doesn't seem to matter where I put the timing. I can't get it to idle down. We've had to wire the choke open because it just snaps shut all the time. Let's walk over here, Mary, where we can see I've disassembled all this hokey BS on the side that kept messing with the throttle plates, and it would just drop off and die, drop off and die, drop off and die. It has a huge miss. I'll start it. You guys will see it's absolutely a huge miss. 2 things. Either it has a Jormus cam in it, which is not getting enough fuel at idle and it's dying, which I doubt, or the cam is absolutely no good and I'm back to the same scenario, but it used to run better with that same carburetor. Or that little bit of fuel that sat in it for 2-3 weeks over here or whatever is just junk these things up. I bought the Chinese ones before for lawnmowers and weed eaters and stuff, and they don't work. And I tried that, it doesn't work. I need another carburetor to test. I don't have one. I need to find somebody who's got one that they know is good that I can put on here and just like, is this a good one? We had the same problems with that Suburban last summer, and I got a different carburetor, and this thing runs great. It's not a Quadrajet. I've never had luck with these. I'm not saying they're junk. I can't make those work. That's why I bought a new one. It doesn't seem to work. I'm extremely frustrated. I wanted to go for a drive. I feel that this project's just going to get shoved in the corner now because of frustration. And I don't like feeling like that. I like to be successful. Let's see what happens. Oh, then you say, well, Darian, maybe you went too far. No. It's when it comes on into the idle circuit, it's not working inside. And you can't drive it. You put it in gear, it dies. You can't do anything with it. But for not very long. You see the big miss in it, right? So I think I'm gonna go look at some different engines and probably just start with a whole new setup, because throwing more money into this one is just not what I want to do. Anyways, on that happy note, thanks for following along. I am not going to work on this next week. I'm going to turn around and work on that one. He's been on storage on that trailer all winter due to space. I'm going to lower it. I'm going to get it ready, and I'm going to sell it. And that'll make me happy to have one less thing in the yard. This is going to wait till another day, and that's just the way she goes. I tried, it didn't want to, and I'm not going to force it. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, try to subscribe, because usually we have more success than this. But hey, at the critical moment, it can't perform. I can't use it. All right, so if you've been watching the video up to this point, this was yesterday. We were working on this. We had it running, and I don't know if it's caught in the video the way these things edit out. This has been a challenge for me. The last time I did one of these was 10 years ago, and my brain don't work anymore. I'm old. But we were getting a sucking sound. The carburetor wasn't working right. I was taking the choke off thinking that was my issue. The Chinese carburetor got in my head. Okay, this is where I'm at now. Today is Sunday, and you guys recall that I went through and I did all this. That was absolutely right if I had started in the right place. This is where I made my mistake. Up top is the big cam. Down is the crank. We know this turns 2 times to 1 time. Okay, for all you Chevy guys, you know that you're supposed to line this dot with this dot. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. And then you set all your valves to that point, and then you rotate it one more time, so in the end, when you're done, that dot would be at the top. That's when you drop in your distributor, pointing at the #1 spark plug. Okay, now because I'm old
and his brain don't work,
and my brain don't work, I took a picture, and I happened to be in this position. I took my straight edge. I don't know if it shows in the video. This has been going on for a while. And I straight edged down, and I made sure I was aligned. This is the problem. Because I didn't start with the lower dot lined up, I started up here. My cam was already out of phase. When I went to set all my valving and drop my distributor, it ran, and it ran like crap. Why? Because people right now are thinking, Darian, why? Well, because I had too much spring pressure on these, because I wasn't at the bottomest part of the lobe, it turns out, when I was doing it. So when I came to the high point of the lobe, I was having the valves, they're called being tight, I had them hanging open. Now, I haven't started the engine yet, but I've just gone through, and I've done it with these dots lined up, because all I was able to do is take the distributor. It was pointing there, I rotated around, which should have aligned the dots. I haven't had to remove anything. Let me show you with the camera real quick what's going on. So I ended up taking it all back apart. Now I'm back, I'm finished, I'm gonna start it, I'm gonna reassemble it. It should settle down and it should run. But I think #8 wasn't even firing because it was hanging open. Some of these others were so tight. So I've done this. I've done the thing you're supposed to do. They seem loose to me. Again, oil pressure is going to make a difference. I went, instead of 3/4 of a turn, a guy was telling me a 1/2 a turn on the internet. I watched a bunch of videos. I'll tell you right now, I'm not an expert, okay? I'm a guy learning just like you. But let's try it. If it doesn't work, there's the old mechanic's trick where you get an old valve cover and you cut the center out, and then you can sit there and adjust them while they're running. And you listen for it to rattle, and then you tighten it up, and then a little bit more. But I'm not worried about that now. This is a project. This is not my daily driver. I'm going to go ahead and put it together. I'll get back with you in a few minutes. If it runs, we're still going on the drive. If it doesn't, well, just revert to the frustrated energy of yesterday. Okay. How many first starts do we need? We're trying it again. Everything's back together. We think we're ready to go. Batteries in, timing lights here. Distributor, we've checked the firing order a couple of times. You know, I'll just say it again. We're not professional mechanics. Mariana, my daughter, and myself are working on this. Jonathan, my son, when he's available, but he's working a lot of hours. So without further ado, here we go.
We're not even Catholic. Did it right.
You gotta work the throttle.
Okay.
camera, I changed the alternator because I had this other one and I thought this one's gonna work.
That one's better. That one's better.
So let's put the less noisy one back on. Stand by. Okay, alternator changed. I threw it over there against the fence. You missed a spectacular moment in cinema. Okay, now I got it out of my pile though, my Chevy pile.
This Chevy pile's dwindling. This project's taking quite a bit of it.
It's taking quite a bit of a lot of everything. What little hair I had left is fully gray. Patience is zoned. Marianne is learning words that she's not supposed to repeat. Let's do it. Okay, now
I'm 22. I've heard them all before.
We're going to slow this thing down, time it.
Okay.
Hit it again, kiddo. I'm wondering if we're so far off on this tooth that I can't get it to come on that timing mark down there. See what I'm saying? Because I keep bringing it down till it's just coming onto the needle and it'll die.
Yep, every time.
So that means that it's too advanced. The term is but we're not supposed to use that on the internet, so it's not advanced. It's anti-advanced. So go ahead and start it. And I'm just not going to use this timing light. We're just going to do it like a real man. We're going to just freeboard it. Going to do it. We're just going to do it.
Freeball it?
Yep. Go ahead. Start it. that is finally good enough. Mary, let's move all this trash.
I was starting to.
And we're going for a ride. The sun is shining. We are going. This thing is coming back, hopefully. I need to check the lug nuts.
We love you, little
Oh,
guy.
you're such a good little Jeep.
And we'll have to check the lifter block.
Yeah, those are tight.
After 25 miles.
We ain't going to get that. It's got 3 or 4 miles of gas in it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, stand by. Next scene, cut to smiles and success. 3, 2, 1. Happy, happy, happy. All right, so we're ready to go. We've got it cleaned up enough. I want to remind everybody, December 30th, a few months ago, we got title for this. We started the project. I've only worked on it on the few weekends that we've had in between there. I know it's like 3 or 4 months. Thank you for your patience. We're going. Let's get going. This has gone well for us. Let's do it.
just wraps around. We're kind of in a bay here. Cove of sorts.
Alright, put that on pause. I'm turning around.
Oh, you're good. No problem. You're perfect.
Here.
So people in YouTube land, I promise I'll get my van totally going. And at least Darian and I have matching broken windows. I accidentally
Oh yeah,
had a
let's
load of
show them that.
2x4s.
You guys saw ours, right?
So I accidentally had a bunch of 2x4s in the back of my truck, and I forgot they were there, and that took care of the window. But
He
the
did
van-
both. We only did one side.
The van runs perfect, but I have to fix the transmission's oil pan. It really leaks ATF, so I need to fix that.
Reseal it, yeah.
Yep, and then golly, after that, I think I'll be able to get out and enjoy it. But I spent all last summer and fall just getting it running really good. Obviously, I need to go to a window or windshield shop and get that fixed. The seal's bad on it anyway, so I don't feel too bad about that. But anyway, I'm thrilled for Darian. Darian finally figured out a few things on this, and it looks sweet, and it's fun to drive. To let me drive it, it's a blast.
Yep. So hey, thanks for watching Just Enough Garage. We appreciate it. You're new subscribers. Go back and look at the van. Eric's a friend of mine. We live in the same town. We do things together, and now we got him out, and it looks good, and we're enjoying our Sunday. Have a good time. We'll see you later.